Hello my beautiful creatures, my name is Lily and welcome to my video. This was supposed to be a stream of the game The Miskatonic that I recorded on the 15th of March. I was checking on my phone in honor of Lovecraft's death anniversary, because in this household we love and support Lovecraft, as you may know by now if you follow my streams, because this was the game that started my Lovecraft night on my channel. So what happened is that I went and checked the recording to edit it, to put it on YouTube, and we found out, and by we I mean me and Lovecraft, that there was no audio for the game, which is like some sort of side-scrolling visual novel, but nonetheless there was no audio at all. So when I am silent you can hear no music, and the music in this game is pretty nice, so it was a shame. So I went, you know what, I will record it again. It's a 4-hour game, more or less. It takes me longer because I blabber a lot during streams, but I will do it's not a one take, I will divide it in many videos as always, but yeah. Alright, here we are. As you can see, the style is pretty unique, I have to say. Very anime-ish, but not too much. The girls have very big boobs, etc, etc. So we do a new game. Bonjour, we children. My name is Marie Peanut Butter, head of occult science at the Miskatonic University. Ours is the most prestigious institution of dark magic, the occult, and all the strange ghoulies that live in our peripheral vision. I am here today to tell you a story about a little girl that ruined everything. But ruining everything gives you the opportunities to make everything better, oui? What was that? You ask why I have a giant hand sticking out of my head? Well, that is because I am French. It is a thing we have, so no funny business, oui? You'll learn about the strange things people are afflicted with throughout the story. After this, you'll think my handhead is cute and adorable. As you should. I already found it adorable, don't worry, Mary Peanut Butter. Also, are you related to a certain Mr. Peanut Butter? But first, let me describe you the state of the world prior to the witch girl that ruined everything. Not to fret. You'd probably know this already, oui? Sorta. So, you are aware of the giant aliens that we call gods and the cultists that worship them? No? Then let me tell you. Some worship Tulu, the giant man octopus dragon thing. His cult teach eternal patience, waiting for Cthulhu to come back to them so he can destroy the world. Nice. Rude. Oh, rude. Some worship Yog-Sothoth, the outer dimensional god of knowledge. These smarty brains try to build portal to let him in come here, but that would destroy the world too. Not so smarty. I'm not exactly against it, but okay. Most humans, like our witch girl, worship Sub-Nigurat, known as the All-Mother. Even cultists for other gods will pray to Sub-Nigurat at the end of their spell and rituals. That is because Sub-Nigurat's the goddess of humanity. Her cult preach love and compassion among everyone. Very lovely, oui? But like our witch girl, some can be blinded by their desire for harmony. There are some that would take advantage of the naive notion that all humans are loving and good. Not so lovely. Okay, so you know of God now, eh? So let's talk a small bit about the humans of the world. Well, there are a lot more of other gods around there, lady. How about my good old pal Nyarlathotep? Some countries have been more affected than others by the strange happenings of the universe. For example, in Canada, Yetis. Thousands of them. Ooh, fluffy. But the Canadians are well prepared. Yet invasions are considered a national pastime. Bring the family, we'll shoot some Yetis. Ooh, I heard stuff. This is what us French called an English person. Noted the sharp teeth, purple, bluish, big ugly face? A couple of decades ago, it was discovered that a huge percentage of the English nobility were actually cannibals, breeding humans in underground caves like livestock. Everyone in England went crazy as if it was found out, so now they're all cannibals too. Apparently the Scottish just found it hilarious. Well, me too. This one is also my boyfriend, so not touching this ugly face, oui? Oh, cute abominations! These little fellers are called Australians. When the Shoggoth left Antarctica, they came across a big island filled with lovely, delicious humans. But these humans didn't want to be devoured, and even when half dissolved in the Shoggoth bellies, the humans would punch and kick and smash bottles inside them, making the Shoggoths very uncomfortable. I wonder why. So instead of trying to eat them, the Shoggoths formed this cute little symbiotic relationship with the Australians, granting them immortality in exchange of less posting, so little Shanes and Sheilas can happily booze and barbecue, away for all eternity. Aww. She's cute. Look at her eyes, I love her eyes. This is called an American, not the silly haircut and gigantic bum. Gigantic? Is it because she has more teeth than you, than your jelly? Specifically, this is the American that our story revolves around. Also, she's the main character. The little witch girl that ruined everything. How can you tell she's a witch? Well, why, there are many clues. Example, the pasty skin, a symptom of spending her days asleep and her night dancing naked in the rain with her coven to conjure strange exes. So I'm a witch, except for naked dancing in the rain because I don't like rain. Also, the little black choker thing. Oh hey, then I am a witch. It's the closest thing to a uniform they get. Well, yeah, if they get naked. Also, she doesn't wash. Are you gonna make me look like a dumbass in this story? Because it was only like 20% my fault. Our story begins with our smelly Thomas being briefed on the university's secret protocols after just being hired as a security guard for the occult science building. But on her first assignment, she discovered that all is not as it seemed at the prestigious school. Thanks, nutsack. Oh, hi. Oh, are those teeth? Now, Miss Lestrange, you understand that as a security agent, your off-site assignments are to be kept in the strictest confidence, even from other members of faculty, and especially the students. Uh-huh. You also understand that as a security agent, you will be in very real danger, both from physical harm and mental corruption. You understand that your body is subject to mutation at any point during your employment and residence in Arkham. Rad. And finally, you understand that as a university of occult science, you are obliged to assist us with researching regarding your supposed magic eyes, and failure to comply will result in your immediate dismissal. Sure. Well then, Miss Lestrange, welcome to the Miskatonic University. Awesome! You must be the new security guard, Charlotte, right? Yep, that's me. Great.
I'm Johnny, head of internal security. I'll be giving you a tour of the building you'll be patrolling, then I'll show you to your quarters. Ready to go?
Sure.
Well, you'll be working here in your cold science building. You're awake, right? Have you dabbled in any of cold science?
Well, I'm pretty good at the occult stuff. Though mostly I use it for errands and favors for folks.
Plus a few X's, curses, blights. Just try to keep up that witchy appearance. Her eyes are different. Now I realize they're green. Blood into jam, bones into sponge cake, cat into mash. No, the kitties. Phallus into tiny screaming vestigial face. Oopsie. Normal stuff. Well, we do things a little differently here. This way. Awesome. This is the Ethereum, where our students can perform experiments on the Necronomicon. The creature acts as a shield to the outside world, keeping any experiments sterile and quarantining any unexpected summonings. Hi! Wait, didn't know you could do that.
Did you try talking to him?
You are gonna provide so much needed common sense around here, Charlotte. This building also houses the Corporeum, a surgical theater where our students can perform vivisection and autopsies on otherworldly creatures. Speaking of which, this is Eddie, one of our monster hunters. Thanks to him, our Corporeum professors have been able to gather more information on living horrors than any other time in university history. Oh, it's the guy from before. The trick is to figure out where the face is, and then commence repeated punching. Who's the new girl? I don't know if I'm doing this right. This is Charlotte the Strange, a witch from the Cheshire Coven. She'll be working security for this building.
Hi!
Looking after us rascals, eh? Well, just give me a clip around the back to the head if you see me slacking off and I'll get back to work. Heavy stuff? I don't know how to do an English accent, apparently. Have been known to whip some ass in my big muscles. There you go. Come around the chop shop. You wanna see what me and the lads wrangled up the other day? You witches like nightmares, right?
Sure. Well, the fun ones anyway. Like when your teeth fall out and you smooth them off with sandpaper to make a lovely necklace. Or when you're running around down a corridor in slow motion with a bunch of ants coming out of the carpet and grabbing your ankles. And finally stop to ask them what they want, and it turns out your shoelaces were untied and they were just super concerned for your safety. Or when you're at school and you stand up in class but you forgot your pants and you're embarrassed but everyone compliments your butt. These are all nice nightmares, actually.
Well, you're a bloody weird one, Charlotte. So you'll fit right in here. Don't let my sister catch wind of you. She won't leave you alone, you're telling stories like that. And here's our curator of the Corporeum, Miss Marie Peanut Butter. She used to be a void shaman from Paris before coming to work with us.
As fun as satisfying the void is, my true passion lies in discovering how things work. Oui. At least when they're dead.
Groovy. Oh, she says groovy. What's a voice shaman?
You know those dark thoughts you have sometimes, for seemingly no reason? The ones that tell you to jump when at the edge of the cliff, or rob the bank when she's cashing a paycheck, or drop kick a grandma through a stained glass church window at a funeral?
Oh yeah, I get those all the time.
Well, those are not your thoughts.
Her eyes. Few hundred years ago, the French aristocracy way of life was so decadent and wind-filled, the unbridled sauciness only went and summoned a bloody hedonism god. Damn thing lives under the Paris catacombs. Oh nice, I've been there. Communicates telepathically with people all over the world, urging them to give in their darkest whims. The French get it the worst, of course, so these your shaman take it upon himself to do the dark deeds, so the rest of France doesn't have to. Must be a right giggle.
My Lestat is a shaman. Before coming here, I took my clothes off, covered myself in lemon cake and green food coloring, and terrorized a local village as a delicious swamp monster.
Fun.
I quite enjoyed that one, I bet.
Shall we press on with the tour?
Sure, bye guys.
So, not to be rude, but judging from the bandaged up arms and the sick eye scar and the terror lines in your hair, I'm getting the impression that security work here is, a little dangerous.
Oh,
Well, Scar is sick.
oh no, not for you at least.
The occult science building is probably the safest on campus. What happened to her? I was about to read, but then I noticed she doesn't have an arm. Her eye is dead and gone, and she is very full covered in bandages. Because if something went wrong in this building, we'd be all be too dark to notice. Don't listen to her. She's just a little jealous that the new girl gets a cushy kick while she's stuck in the math department.
What happens in the math department?
What doesn't happen in the math department?
There is nothing so cold, so unforgiving,
So dark as the mathematicians. The universe is not but an equation. They shriek behind their burnt hair and sludge-stained cardigans. One that can be solved. But how do you solve the equation of a dozen screaming children being ingested by a black, swirling chasm of teeth and clawing hands, open at the far end of the classroom by one of their damnable equations? Damn you, young Harry. Carry that damn too. So let's carry on with the tour. Next up is the library. Awesome. Each building hosts a small library dedicated to researching and documenting the subject that the building students are studying. Here in the Occult Science building, we keep an original copy of the Necronomicon.
Ooh, nice! Can I see it?
As well as translated copies for our foreign exchange student. That's a lot of knowledge. That's a lot of damage. Okay. Oh my god, she looks like a no face from Spirited Away. Oh, and here's our librarian, Charlotte, with Miss Emily Saccharin.
Hulu Blue.
Hi, love your mask. I didn't know you got that Shoggoth here. And the tame one too. Oh, Emily isn't a Shoggoth. She just had a small accident with an Necronomicon a while ago, ended up like this. But our occult science learned an awful lot about what happens with these stones of black knowledge when you spill your soy no whip ice caramel macchiato 2 shots hazelnut on them. Sure looks like a Shoggoth. Purple, gooey, moderately adorable with a hint of terrifying. Well, that's an Necronomicon for you. It's funny. Spilling a non-fat frappuccino with extra whipped cream and chocolate sauce just turned you into a puddle of loose bones and blood. Still, hasn't stopped Emily from performing her duties. Hey, Emily?
For you too.
Shall we press on? Okay, nice to meet you, Emily. Charlotte, this is Lizzie of Dunwich, our young sort of consultant. She's taught us quite a lot about the other dimension during her time here. Lizzie, Charlotte's the new security witch. She's so cute. I have to give her a cute voice.
Are you the sort of witch that does the naked in the rain, or the sort of witch that does the lucky charms and the big hats?
The rain kind.
You and me ain't gonna get along. Yeesh.
So, like, how come I can't? What are you?
I'm a Lizzie. What are you?
No, I mean, why do you look like a shadow? Or like part of my eyeball has just stopped working?
It's 'cause humans can't see us. 'Cause they're all afraid of me and my sister's disappearances. Everything else can see me. So doggies are all tuck their tails when they come near me.
This is an example of a mental phenomenon found only in humans. known as cerebral voiding. It is a trick by the brain to preserve the sanity of its carrier when a person comes across sights too horrible to comprehend. The brain refused to render it, instead showing a black silhouette in place of sight itself. Essentially, instead of Ulysses' insanity-inducing true form, your brain is protecting you by showing a shadow instead. A cute shadow as well. But I saw that interviewer no problem, the guy whose face was just slits and gums. Bob, the girl with the head sticking out of her head, and Emily the librarian? Yep. Lizzie and her Dunwichian sisters, oh Dunwich, I just realized, are in a league of their own when it comes to horrific appearances. We send a lot of students to the asylum trying to figure our own. That is awesome. Here's our head of catering, Mrs. Roth. She can cook anything with 3 or more legs. Yum. Hi. Hi. Look at you witches, all skin and bones. You just let one of my little Grammys know what fills your tongue and I'll rip it right up. What's the humanitarian dish for today? Dave from accounting, my dearest. Oh, pork sandwiches. Love it, love it, love. Okay, so this is Dave's sister. So I am supposed to give her a British accent, but I don't want to. He'll be the one with the British accent. We employ a small staff of cannibals from England, Eddie in the corporium and Annie being 2 of them. They only eat fresh, accidental deaths with the family's consent. Fair? Usually. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. Humanitarian. It's funny. Well, once you're done with Johnny's little tour, let me know and I'll make you breakfast. You're making her into breakfast. Let me have the ours portion. We'll make steak and kidney pie. Big old witch ramp. You ain't eating no rump stick, Annie. Your little hordes got poor old Dave. Oh, come on. At least let me have your ugly feet, eh? Nice and lean, covered in flavor, and entirely useless. Look at them all the way down there. But I'm done with them. Great. Let me get a little appetizer, eh? Little licked and tusses, pre-brunch snackles. How about that? No. Don't encourage her, dear. She'll be crawling all over me till your feet fall off. My bad. Speaking of cannibals. Oh, I love this character. Good morning, Miskatonic. It's your favorite morning announcer, Mindy in the morning, bringing you all the Miskatonic morning announcement as and when I see fit. It's currently 2:30 in the afternoon, so let's get started. Those of you students that have volunteered for the submerged necromantic mutation testing that has unfortunately been called off by Professor Baxter in the grounds that the school swimming pool is now alive, lunch today will be turgid and depressing. And will the owner of a white child please report to the reception office? It is currently being towed. Can you tow a child? What was that? That's Mindy, the morning announcer. Does she do that a lot? Perpetually. Nice. You seem pretty comfortable around this stuff, Charlotte. Oh, I grew up in Maine. Is this a jab to Stephen King? Nice, I appreciate it. Not as many mutated folks, but they make up for it with all the goofy supernatural happenings. We had this clown once. Hey, Johnny! Thirst has been looking for you. Thanks, Chazin. Come on, Charlotte. I gotta make a quick stop. What happened to her? Oh, that's Chazin, one of our reporter diver team. They usually work out of Dunwich, coming back to write reports on their expeditions. When they come back, of course. So, let me make a quick stop and I'll show you to your room.
Ah, Johnny. So this is the strange girl? It's the Crumbler, the Ruiner.
Wow! Look at this guy! I like how your coat melts into the floor. Yep, this is Charlotte. Charlotte, this is Dr. Tess Valentine, the head of occult science and the discoverer of residual evil. His work taught the university about the lingering nature of documented malicious entities. Essentially, he figured out why seemingly innocuous writings can summon horrific creatures or cast terrible curses.
It is why the books bleed.
That's cool. I had a book that kept growing teeth and screaming and whatnot. It was my diary though.
Excellent. I shall inform my colleagues of your arrival. We will merrily indulge in the popcorn. Ta-da!
I like him. With all the people. This one, I like him. I like Johnny here. Johnny's hot. Also, he's Legrasse, I'm Lestrange, we are meant to be. You know, you've come highly recommended, Charlotte. Oh yeah. By who?
Charlotte! I can't believe they finally hired my tiny baby monster.
Ramen? What are you doing here?
Got me some gainful employment teaching kids about old school dark magic. None of these occult giants in my class.
She has boobs for days. You're not Ramen Fletcher, you're Boobs Mackenzie.
What got you teaching?
Oh, you know, I'm in security. Keeping folks safe, wandering the halls, swinging a comical large keychain, bobbing falls in a hand with a flashlight, up secret missions, stuff like that. Pretty on point Harry selection, if you ask me.
Yes, safety.
That's not that keyword when I think of Charlotte Strange and her magical eyeballs. So is she wearing a dress and pants? Hey, those cats turn inside out on their own. I sneezed. Watch your gums. Well, speaking of constant coordination, I gotta go teach a bunch of 18-year-olds how to turn blood into peanut butter by dancing in the rain. Gonna love it here, Charlotte. The Miskatonic, just one big like-minded community. All working towards making the world a better place, just like our coven. Oh, they were in the same coven. That's why they know each other. I mean, I guess she was a witch because of the choker. Yeah. Go find when you got some time off. There was nothing cosmic about the ramen. They were just cats with their bones on the outside.
No, kitty.
They got better. No, kitty. So, you two are in some kind of cult? Sort of. We're witch cultists of Shub Niggurath. Essentially, we believe that since the universe is filled with crazy awful bullshit, that humans should be nice and loving to each other. Some of us, like the cult of the Black Sun, have these awesome bake sales for our neighborhoods, whereas others, like the cult of loveliness, hunt and slaughter encroaching monsters to protect their hometowns. We're sort of like goth Girl Scout. What about you witches? We take all our clothes off and dance in the rain, typical witch stuff, but we use black magic to do nice things for the townsfolk. Body snatching breech birth babies to make them crawl out of their mother, summoning fixer pixies when a guy's leg falls off, using transmutation circles as portals for when the trash collectors want a break off. Stuff like that. Wait a minute. The cult of the Black Sun do bake sales. That's the same doubt I had. And the cult of loneliness are monster hunters? What? Does the cult of kill, murder, death, plant gardens or something? Oh, you mean the cult of fetid retribution? No, those guys deliver meals to old ladies. And what was that about magic guys? Oh, don't worry about that. I just do this. Does it ever stop? And sometimes weird stuff happens in people's minds. Usually they forget something or get an eye twitch. Twitch. As long as I don't use it on little animals, it's pretty harmless. Okay, so let's keep going. He was terrified. You don't terrify your date. Come on. This is your room. A little tired, but lunch ladies bring us security guys breakfast every day. Only breakfast. We don't need anything else. I'll let you get settled. You can explore your patrol routine until Bob gives you your first assignment. Perfect. Thanks, Johnny. Okay. Better go familiarize with myself with my patrol route. Oh. Okay. Hello again. It's time for a quick tutorial, we? You're about to enter what's called patrol mode, wherein you're allowed to freely investigate the occult science building. Use your mouse to click characters to initiate conversations, or doorways to move out their places in the building. Charlotte Patrol will always start here, outside her room. And if you want to save the game, hit the little cog in the bottom right of the screen. Give it a try. And don't forget to visit me at the Comporium, we? Okay, Mary, bye. Staff dormitories. Please report all breakages, pillages, corpses, interdimensional tears, and unattended viscera to a member of janitorial staff. They are appropriately trained in sanitation, body disposal, quantum physics, and mild voodoo. Okay. So probably not a good idea to immediately start taking a sick nap in my first day on the job. Second day, Nap City. They put a poster of me. So, Annie. Hello, Spooky. How's your feet? Why the fascination with my feet, Annie? Surely the juicy stuff for cannibals is like brain or whatever. Oh, no. Can't hit brains, my lovey. Eating brains give you the shiggles. The shiggles? What's the shiggles? Shits and giggles. An English disease. Make you shiver and laugh uncontrollably while you lose control of your body. Then you die. Had a friend who had it back home, significantly less hilarious than it sounds. That sucks, man. Yep, and now I'm all inconsolable, and the only way to cheer me up is to give me a bite of your giant bum. Damn it, Annie, you almost had me feeling like you weren't a complete ass. I won't need a complete ass. Just a chick at most. Okay, that was pretty clever. I'm here all week. Aw, nice. Hey there. This game is filled with so cool character design. Hey, it's Firefox. You're the new security girl, right? I'm Nico Day, archivist of the Occult Science Building. Feel free to tell me your deepest and darkest. Okay. I left school when I was 9 to become a witch, and quietly hope that school doesn't teach people anything important that past that. Interesting. And they do, by the way, quite a bit. Oh, well, shit. Don't listen to him. If you can count and spell, everything else is optional. Roger Cavendish, Chief Medical Officer. Are we or are we not surrounded by hot people? And what does that tell you? You can do more than count and spell, right, Doctor? Well, a few things. Bringing people back from the brink of a terrible, baphomatic death, creating vaccines for supernatural diseases. Have you ever seen a prosthetic tentacle? Don't get him started on this damn prosthetic tentacle. Any more little nuggets of secrecy, Charlotte? I don't like this guy. He gets the secrets out of me. Okay, here's a fine one. People think that I cock my hips all the time because it's a shove nigger witch coven thing. But really, it's because I'm secretly proud of my butt. It's a good butt. Rest of me sucks? No. but it's a dang good butt.
No. On behalf of all cannibals, thank you for sharing it with the world. You're welcome.
Okay, so we talked to the two of them. Hey, ramen. So I'm subbing my class for one of the astronomy guys, right? And substituting means it's time to watch a documentary in the lecture hall. And everyone's watching this thing, and it's like the closest star to our solar system is about 4.5 light years away. And you thought you felt lonely. And I was like, why would you assume that? Why assume that about literally every person who watches this thing? I grew up in a coven surrounded by spell-slinging psycho bitches, and now I work in a university. I salivate of the concept of loneliness. I wonder if they say that in nature documentaries too, trying to make weird animals relatable. Huh, yeah, and you thought you sprayed pungent urine at attacking predators? And you thought you had a projectile tongue that was sticky at the end so you could catch cute bugs? And you thought you had a four-headed penis?
What half has a four-headed penis? Echidnas.
The more you know. Baby girl echidnas are into the whole eldritch horror kink. Guys echidnas step their game up and turn their pains into horrific nightmares.
I have no argument for this.
I can't click on things.
Ah, it is the new security. Anna Silverstein. Alien Theology.
Caleb Wakenshaw, pun enthusiast. Charlotte Lestane, badass witch cop. So, what happened to the lax security guard? Are they on secret time and adventures? Last I heard, he landed in Aruba. Then the rest of him landed in Cancun.
Yeah, quite tragic. Entire occult science building exploded, leaving only a crater oddly filled with indentation of the faces of the workers and students who weren't there. That was before our time, of course, since we're alive and whatnot.
Huh. But there's like protections from that happening again, right? Oh yeah. They put a sneeze guard in.
Exactly.
Right. Well. Alright, who's next? You. Hey, hell stuff. Oh, Isma.
Did you know, before it was completely abandoned, Ismail desperately tried to become a tourism town? Tried to focus on aquatic circuses, gift shops, and freak shows featuring leftover deep ones. I happen to be named Most Attractive Deep One Hybrid every weekly beauty contest.
Huh. You don't look like a deep one.
That's probably why I kept winning.
Interesting. So, what do we have here?
All my classes are at 7 a.m. Got any ideas for a book that will help me wake up in the morning?
You want internalized zombification in the necrology aisle. All the benefits of being a zombie without the drawbacks of looking like a corpse. Though your intestine will occasionally fall out your butthole.
They must have a book for everything.
Though I'd take coffee over scooping intestines back into my butthole. Maybe that's just me. In this school, yeah, maybe that's just you. Also, Eldritch Library. Books branded with school's insignia are to, under no circumstances, leave the library. Branded books found outside the library will be shot on sight. Good. Oh hi, you have a lot of those things that Johnny had.
Amelia Lynn Lucet. A fun trick of the black magic users of the old days was to write how-to spell books that, simply by reading them, would cast a curse that the readers were trying to learn on the rhythm themselves. Fiendish, but funny, according to them.
What happened to your eye holes? You don't go around and ask people what's wrong with their eye holes.
How to throw ethereal fire directly into somebody's eyes. Luckily,
It was just the Cliff Notes version. Lol. Okay, let's go here. Hey Emily! Do you guys have any books on advanced witchcraft? I want to keep fresh while I'm here. Hululu. I'll take that as an, of course we do, Charlotte. Have you seen the size of this goddamn library? We got books that ain't even been written yet. You. The Science of Rain Dancing by Professor Anna Undercarriage. Nice name. Huh. So guess maybe I'll fit in here a little better than I thought. I've been doing science all this time. Much like electricity, the human body acts as a conductor of magical energy intrinsic in the air of regions of high concentration. This effect is exacerbated with wet skin, leading to many witch cults dancing naked in the rain in order to conjure spells effectively. Interesting, actually. Indeed, it seems paranormal encounters seem more frequent when it's raining or in regions of the world where rain is frequent. The witch cults of Seattle and Scotland are considered incredibly powerful and fearsome, though this is simply due to their geographical advantage. Would they to be taken away from their home deluges, they would be simply as effective as their new weather permits them to be. Ha! Sick burn! Hello, Aldi, what you reading? Nothing, just some stuff about witches. You wouldn't get it. Nah, probably not. That stuff too cool and magical for a dumb old cannibal like Annie. No place for an ugly old purple blood like poor old dumb old cannibal Annie. Poor dumb Annie. Well, hey, come on, I didn't mean it like that. Hey, next time it rains, I could teach you a few tricks. How about it? Get you a pet frog, give you a couple extra eyes. What do you say? That sounds fun, but I can make a suggestion? Sure, I guess. Rather than rain, what can we dance around in buffalo sauce? I think I want a little zing when I bite your butt. Damn it, Annie! Why don't you go back someone else? 'Cause you're the only one that finds it funny. There's a difference between laughing at someone because it's funny and laughing at someone because it's ridiculous. Most folks run away from folks like me. They seem to take threats of being devoured quite seriously. And there's nothing I would like to more than watching you run away, Charlotte. Ha! You beat me to it. Yeah. See you around, Annie. Is this the blossom of a future romance? Because I could take it. The monster's mate. Okay. Occult Science Entrance. Students of occult science are discouraged from interacting with other students of the Miskatonic alumni. As strange or upsetting as occult science seems to be, the subject is incredibly tame in comparison. Ask yourself why anyone would come to the Miskatonic University to study geography. So we are really like the losers of the faculties? Nothing out there for me. My jurisdiction is right here. Although patrolling the whole university would probably be good for old leg muscles. Gotta toughen up in case any 6 monster attacks. Can't stand a lean steak myself. Much prefer a pressed ham. Stop trying to make me laugh, Annie. It ain't gonna work. Militia Belial. So, what's with the puppets? They help her talk with unfamiliar people on unfamiliar subjects. One must become more familiar with us in order to become more familiar with her. Spend a little too long in a psychology department, huh? I've heard researching all them dark psychiatrists can rub off on people. And you spent a little too long in engineering not know when someone's pulling your leg. Huh. So working and studying in certain buildings has a residual effect? I wonder that effect working in the occult science building has on witches. I hope I don't start taking a chalkboard to my common stance rituals. No one wants to know the angle of rotation of one of my sick freeballing pirouettes. Hey! Hey, Lizzie, what you got there?
Really, cheese. It's the best human invention. Everyone says so.
Everyone? Like, everyone in the university?
Everyone in this dimension. The Migo, the Ethian, the Starspawn, Catonians when someone makes one for them, the Hornwall Elder things. Even Yasadat likes one now and again.
Really? Not like the internal combustion engine, not penicillin, not the telephone, light bulbs, eyeglasses, great big trains, microscopes.
Nah, we don't need any of that.
So humanity, for all of its achievement, all the love and loss, all the wars, the technology and innovation, the art and culture, everything we've done. And we're considered by the rest of the universe as those guys that make a mean grilled sandwich. I don't know how to feel about that. She's so cute. Hey, so why do many people have tentacles coming out of their back? Oh, hey, Averimar. Have you ever faced a necrotic explosion head-on? No, can't say that I have. Neither has anyone else. First rules of necrotic explosions: turn away from the necrotic explosion. Well, I guess the first rule would be don't cause a goddamn necrotic explosion, but people can't seem to help breaking that one. You can tell from the lack of extra limbs, but I have no idea what a buff or whatever actually is. It's the process of deliberately caving in an artificial portal through our dimension to stop extra-dimensional entities from getting out. It's a last resort, since usually there are a team of portals divers still inside, but hey, better than the end of the world, huh? I guess. Hey, maybe you guys should try transmutation circles. That's what us witches do when we need to summon creepy stuff, and none of my coven have any weird tentacles. All it is chalk, a little blood, and some candles. And a complete disregard for pants. Yes, we're all been taught the witch method. But the scientific method reduces the elements of randomness, increases the size and duration of portals to allow for human entry, and best of all, you get to keep your clothes on. What's right with keeping your clothes on? So, science is magic plus underwear, huh? That's interesting. June Bloody Moon. Oh, she's cute. Everyone is cute in this game. Again, the character design in this game is amazing.
Studying at the Miskatonic is a huge opportunity. There are so few monster hunters in my hometown. I think my job prospects in the future are pretty bright.
Does come with a few drawbacks though. You're not likely to finish your studies exactly the same species that you started. Well, hey, at the very worst, I'm pretty sure this place could always use more freaky ass teachers. True. They can't go out, so this way. Student Corporeum. Oh yeah, this is where the place where they study the things, I guess. Students are encouraged to practice vivisection during recreational hours using the locally bred horrors, nightmares, pets, or children available. These resources are included in your tuition. Oh, nice. So you? Al Kreutzrung. So what do you reckon they're doing in here? Ben Carter. Oh, hi Carter. Hi, tiny thing on Carter's head. Are you perhaps related to a certain random? Poking and prodding, same as always. Eventually, they got bored and will be tasked with carrying off the task. If you told tiny child Albert that in the future carrying corpses would be considered the easiest part of this day, he'd pitch a fit. I'd have thought the part between carrying the body to the corporeal and carrying it away would be the easiest part. Though I guess hanging out in this spooky ass hallway can be a little exhausting too. What about you guys? Oh? Just a small word of advice to the biology department. You can't just take a dog and a warm veteran into a centrifuge and rejigger the mush into a living being. And everyone say hello to the world's very first werewolf. There's clearly a reason I'm not down there with you guys. Aside from, the carnage it will cause. Oh yeah, because she's a cannibal too. Michael Malenko. Oh, nice brain. Did you guys hear that? A goddamn werewolf. You guys want to check it out? We're not done here, Mike. You gotta get incinerators going before we can knock off. Connor's right. First we burn whatever nightmare the corporeal's working on, then we can go gawk at whatever nightmare the biology department working on. They got their own burners after all. I always thought you had to get bit by a werewolf to become a werewolf. Then again, why would any werewolf stop at one bite and not just eat whatever it was biting? True! Very true. Maybe that's why we don't have zombies. Oh, maybe that's why we don't have zombie plagues anymore. Okay, let's try going in. Aww! Oh man, look at this sick awesome thing. So, I like the magazines. Boobs. Everyone has big boobs in this game. Oh, hey! That, tough stuff, is a colony of cuddle worms, complete with the bloody spinal cord of their human host. They like to lay their eggs in city water pipes, and once consumed, they attach to the spinal columns of their host, eventually controlling their every move. Sort of like zombies, except a lot more screaming and begging for that, oui? Very interesting species. Oh. That's a deceptively that's a deceptively adorable name for the worst thing ever. I'll bet the boy's a tenner that I could yank the spine out of his poor soul's mouth. Turns out the worms form a rock solid grip on the host brain while they're piloting him. Fingers here is gonna give him a prod. See if she can get him to let go of the bugger's melon meat. Fingers here is gonna give him a prod. See if she can get him to let go of the bugger's melon meat. Oh, here we go. Excuse me. I just had a dark thought. Encourage you to slit my wrist, take off your trousers, and play your bum like the bloody bonkers. Probably better to use spare blood, eh? C'est la vide. C'est la vide. Vide is void in French. Big strong man helping out little lady's sadistic madness. Cute. OTP, guys. Student Ethereum. Due to a recent unscheduled experiment by a member of our security team, the Ethereum has become talkative and boisterous. Oops. As a result, our most boring students are required to spend their recreational time chatting with the Ethereum as an attempt to shut it up. Sorry guys, my bad. Oh guys, this is sick. Ephelim. Hi, Ephelim.
Essentially, you just need to maintain your resources, spending them on village and start upgrades. But village upgrades give passive benefits to both villages, so you need to be careful that you're not helping the other team and their village.
See? That's what I went wrong with my first game. After I constructed the breeding pit, the other village gained enough population resources to spend on building and foraging processes.
What the shit are you talking about?
It's a game, Charlotte. Ooh, hi. Ooh. Nyx. Hi, Nyx. So, after you're drawn from the encounter deck, if what you draw is a monster, pick from the monster deck. Oh god, okay. They're talking card games? Then you can choose to fight or flee. If you fight, compare your player card's ferocity stat with the monster's, and add a d6 to both stats to determine whether you win or lose. If you want to flee, it's the same process with the liquidity stat. Once you've returned to the village board, you can add your successful foraging tokens to the village's stockpile. Whatever team successfully builds the village first wins, or whatever team's readers run on food, materials, or population resources loses. Oh, it's the same game then. And do I have to go by in-game name too? Couldn't hurt. They must be talking about some sort of board game? Never played one before. Not many places to put the board when you're off dancing in the woods with nothing but a smile on. And nowhere to keep the pieces. And nowhere to keep the pieces mostly. Oh hey Groot!
What's unique about our planet is that all the plants and animals share a universal language, or a sort of collective consciousness, guiding things like migratory patterns, blooming seasons, what is predator and what is prey, things like that. It also acts as a conduit of the emotions of organic life. A flower is plucked, the garden screams, a cow is slaughtered, the whole herd weeps. Humans seem to have lost this ability over the last 100,000 years, and those few that can hear it go mad with the knowledge of it. Just so you know, the planet is very upset with you humans.
I guess I'd better go apologize to my bagel.
Oh man, I hope that ain't true.
As a witch cultist or love goddess, I should probably be spreading the love to everything, not just humans. And I've eaten a whole lot of burgers. Let's try visit the Ethereum.
Hello again. How's it going?
Can't complain. Hi, Jessica. So, you're the one who taught the Ethereum to talk, huh? I guess, but I think he knew already. Hi, I'm... Wait. Let me figure it out. Are you touching my boobs with your tentacle? Layer of grime over the extremities so you're aware of the mutagenic atmosphere and have applied a home remedy so you're local to New England. But no real accompanying stench other than that of dead flowers, so you're often with other people. Mind wobbling at a touch indicates a lot of exercise, excuse me, but very dirty boots means you're outside in the rain a lot. Judging by the short black skirt and choker, you're an active worshipper of Shub-Niggurath, the goddess of love and humanity. And combining the grime, wobbliness, smell and outfit, you must therefore be a member of the Chesunhook Witch Coven. Wow, exactly! Although they were just observation. So what's with the creepy tentacles?
This is as close to a handshake as I get. Oh well, enchanté.
So what's your deal? Oh, I'm Jessica Morgan. I'm the record keeper for experiments performed on the Necronomicon, though I was a detective before my arms got all noodled. How do you keep records if you can't control your arms? With an handshake like that, how do you hold a pen? What do you mean? I have perfect control of my arms. Oh! Oh!
Well, that was nice meeting you. See you later, Ethereum.
Bye, Spooky. So she was deliberately touching us. Oh wow! Bob's office. Staff are encouraged to only disturb Bob on matters of immediate security or apocalyptic concern. Students are encouraged to go away. Okay, so here we have Lizzie with, I guess, her dad, young sort of. Here we are Thirst. Here we have someone else, something else, more people. Oh, this looks like Lizzie but older and with shorter hair. Nice. So, what about you? Do those wormy things act as your arms? That's pretty groovy. They also remind me of the... Oh god. They remind me of the Langoliers from Stephen King. Yep. The thing to remember about all these occult shenanigans is that most of these monsters are just really ugly animals, and animals can be trained. Cool. How do you train them? Traditional combination of treats and mild punishment. As a treat, I let them keep my arms. And as a punishment, I headbutt the shit out of them. Now they never leave mommy's side, don't even have to command them for the easy stuff. What counts as easy stuff when training floating worms to act as replacement arms? Oh, you know, cooking, cleaning, getting change, all the essential. You should see me play the trombone. Oh, nice! Varlam Nikitovich Mergedian. There are several benefits to having every internal organ replaced by half-sentient liquid slurry. For example, you wouldn't believe how much of your brain is dedicated to simply maintaining the automatic processes of your body. With the slime, my brain is now free to truly ponder the questions of the universe. I gotta admit, you put in a good spin on this. Still, having to carry a handkerchief around to mop the incorrigible sludge out of my eye sockets is a drawback. Forgetting hygiene, you're at the Miskatonic. If you're only trailing black slime, you're practically cleaning the place. Nothing gets an occult science done, I guess. Though wouldn't his brain also be replaced by the goo? True. What about you? Lauren H. Bobus Mackenzie Part 2. The geography building has probably the least dangerous lessons on campus, but also has the highest security. Can't have the public figure out where the plateau of Lang is? Or worse, Le? Why not? You know how some people can't help but get close as they get to the scene of a car crash? Imagine that car crash being a centralized supernatural apocalypse based in the Pacific Ocean. Folks would climb over each other to check that out. Yeah, I guess. But it looks pretty radical. Right. So, what's with folks changing their names for that board game people are talking about? Manny's Ambassador. It's the many consequences of the game seem more real. A lot of people need escape from work or the studies, and the game's a good day to do that. Huh. You think I could play with you guys when we've got some time off or whatever? Depends. What's your in-game name gonna be? Thrust Powerful. Baddest Barbarian, Saving Sick Wenches or whatever. Nope. Bye. Better than everyone else's dumbest names. Whatever. Who'd want to play a game where Thrust Powerful, the Baddest Barbarian sound non-canon anyway? Lol. Okay, let's have a save. Oh, okay. So, I guess this is where the game actually begins, but it's been an hour already and I don't want to make it last too long. So, we already saved, so it's good. Okay guys, this is it for today. Okay guys, this is it for today. This game is pretty interesting. I know that I'm... Okay guys, so this is it for today's video. I hope you're liking the game. I really enjoyed it. The character design is amazing. I'm really deeply in love with it. And I can't wait to see any more. So, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. You know what YouTuber says. But most of all, follow me on Twitch if you're not following me there already. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!